So now we are all set for the derivation of the big formula, the also important formula. So say the quadratic equation is ax square plus bx plus c equal to 0. Now you have to find the solution for this quadratic equation, or you have to find the roots of this quadratic equation. That means x is equal to how much. So in fact, before you watch me doing it, you give it a try and get the formula and see whether the formula matches the one derived by me or not. Again, we'll simply follow the steps. The step is, first we'll divide off everything with a so that this x square is stripped off that a and we have just one x square left, as we had been doing earlier. With one x square we are more comfortable. So another way of doing it is multiply with a all over and you'll get a square x square. So that a square x square you can treat it as the a plus b whole square ka a square in it. But we'll not do that way. We'll do the way we have been doing till now. So we'll divide with a all over, and what we get is x square plus b by a x plus c by a is equal to 0. Now in the actual case, a's and b's and c's would be numbers and we'll have numbers over here. But suppose we don't have numbers, let us be comfortable with these letters and do further. What is the next step? We don't even see what it is. We don't even see what that is. We know that we have to fit in the whole square formula. So we write x square plus 2 into x and then we start looking. Now this 2 into x has to match that. 2 into x has to match that. What should be here? What should that b be? Not this b. What should be here such that this expression, this part is same as that part. So I hope you got that. It is b by 2a. That's my new b. That's a b by 2a. So if you see, this 2 and 2 gets cancelled and you're still left with x into b by a, which was the question, x into b by a. So I'm not changing the question. I got my b. So what do I need to have my formula going? I need a b square. So that is my b. So I need a square of this. I need a square of this over here. But I know I have planted this square. So as soon as I plant the square, in the same breath, I'll just remove it. I'll remove the b square by 4a square. That's your b by 4a square. I've just written it with the bracket removed. Otherwise, it was b by 2a, the whole square. So I've put it and I've removed it. So where are we with respect to the question? X square was x square. B by ax is 2 into x into b by 2a. So this part is this part. C by a has not even figured yet. And this is effectively 0. This minus this is effectively 0. So plus c by a, this thing comes over here. And that makes my question same as the earlier part. And what is the next step now? What is the next step? I hope you are speaking it out. That is, the first 3 terms is a whole square. It's a whole square of something. What is that? It's a x plus b by 2a whole square. That's your first 3 terms. And the remaining part, I'm going to put it on the other side of the equal to. I'm just putting it on the other side of the equal to. These would be numbers only. B is a number, A is a number, C is a number, A is a number. And if you have those numbers, you'll be able to add and subtract those. But since I don't have, I'm just leaving it as it is and just putting it on the other side. So what do I have on the other side? This minus b square becomes a plus b square by 4a square, and the c becomes a minus c by a. Since I don't have much space on the board, I'll just take the LCM also on the other side. It's a 4a square in the denominator with the b square. It's a with c. So what do I multiply on top and bottom to make it as a 4a square? Here also I'll multiply with a 4a at the bottom as well as on the top. So if I multiply with 4a on the top and 4a on the bottom, then the LCM becomes 4a square. So I can write this part as b square minus 4a and c. So I'll just write it in order 4ac divided by 4a square is the new LCM. So x plus b by 2a the whole square is a number over here. What used to be our next line of solution? What used to be our next line of solution? It was simply square rooting both sides. I can call this big fat thing as a D, by the way. The top one, I'll just call it as a D. So this is your D by 4a square. The D by 4a square. So your B square minus 4ac, I've called it as a D. I'll just write it over here. D is equal to B square minus 4ac. So it is called discriminant. So the discriminant is B square minus 4ac. That's the name for it. So my next step is square rooting both sides, and I get x plus b by 2a is equal to square root of d, a plus and a minus, and the square root of 4a square, which I know is 2a. So I'm just putting it outside the square root. So luckily we have 2a as the LCM here and the LCM there. What is the next step? The next step is we write x on one side, and these are just numbers on the other side. So we have x equal to minus b plus minus root d. This b goes on the other side, becomes minus b, and since both had the same denominator, I'll add a big divided by line over there and a 2a. That's my formula. D I had used for convenience. Just to make it look like a cool formula, I'm going to write the d back. So what I've got is x is equal to minus b plus or minus, so there are two answers over here written in one go, under root of b square minus 4ac divided by 2a. So that's the formula which has been derived ages back by Indian mathematicians. So the first one, the one by Brahmagupta, did not have a minus in it, and the rest was same. So what was given by Sridhar was this formula, was the whole process of getting this. The whole process of getting this was written by Sridhar. Now, can you tell me those instances where, particularly the last two questions, where we were not getting a solution, what over here will predict that we are not going to get a solution? That is this under root of a negative thing. If under root of a negative thing is happening, which was here in this step, x plus b by 2a the whole square is d by 4a square. 4a square is a positive thing. D, if this d, which is the discriminant, is negative, then I can't square root the negative, and the rest of the process can't happen. So d has to be positive to give you a root. So in the case, I'll just cross verify. The case which we had earlier was a 2x square plus 4x plus 3 equal to 0. Here your a is equal to 2, your b is equal to 4, and your c is equal to 3. So what's my discriminant? What's my d over here? My d is b square minus 4ac. B square is 4 square minus 4 into a, which is 2, into c, which is 3. So that is a 16 minus 4 into 2 is 8 into 3 is 24, which lands up as a negative number. It is a minus 8. It's a negative number. So if it is a negative number, if d is negative, your d is coming as negative, that means you are not going to have real roots. The roots won't be possible. The graph would be somewhere above the x-axis totally. Mind you, graphs below x-axis is also possible if the coefficient of x square is negative. So again, I'm not going into graphs. What we had to do today was to derive this formula, and I hope you have understood how this formula is derived. Now you can use the formula straight away with the questions. I'll list a bunch of questions, and you try out doing those questions with the formula straight away. So first would be try out the formula with the questions what we have already done by completing the square and other methods, and then the new questions what we give. So hopefully you have understood how the formula was derived, and hopefully you have understood this completing the square method. You may pause the video and look at it again. You may replay the video.